Hello, and thank you again for joining me for Scots United, where I, Scott, and my team of Scots, who are also me, bring you the latest in movies, television, and pop culture. Now then, we're going to start off with a Scots United favorite, and go to Scott to talk to us about one of Amazon Prime's finest offerings. Hey Scott, so if you didn't already know, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Season 2, currently available on Amazon Prime. If you haven't already watched Season 1, watch it. It's one of the strongest, tightest, best first seasons of a comedy in a very, very long time. Season 2 it's great. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. I was kind of worried that it wouldn't be, maybe, that it would, but the first episode is sort of like a catching up. This is where we are, this is what's going on, kind of a reintroduction. Now, from what I've heard, Season 2 starts out with sort of a three-pronged approach, and there's three different storylines all at once. They, of course, we're seeing Midge and Susie. We're also, though, seeing more with her parents, which I love because Tony Shalhoub is great, and I love Maren Hinkle, and I love where they're going with her character, and also Joel, Joel Maisel, her ex. And as much as I don't care as much about him, because I mean, he's good, and I kind of am interested to see where it goes. I want to see where they go with all these characters, and gosh, the third episode was just gut-busting, funny. I heard there's a bit of a surprise. It's like I love this version of Amy Sherman-Palladino and this sort of unbridled Amazon. We get to curse, we throw a little nudity in there, it can be a little shocking, but it's just funny and good and smart, and you are missing out if you haven't started watching it yet. Okay, so Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, one of the best shows on TV, and within a few episodes, it can already make the kind of screwy, stupid ex-husband kind of likable and interesting. Hey, this show is a show you have to watch, so watch it. All right, now we're going to go back to Scott, and I believe we're going to Bravo to hear about a juicy new show starring some familiar favorites. Hey, Scott, so if you're out there, you're looking for like a fun, kind of devilish treat, then I would check out Dirty John. It's based off a podcast. It's on Bravo with Connie Britton, Eric Bana. That is a powerhouse duo right there. Plus, one of my favorite up-and-coming stars, Julia Garner. She's on Ozark. She got, I believe, one of her first breaks really on The Americans, which we all know I love. She was great in that. She was recently on Maniac, which I also loved. And now here she is on Dirty John, playing one of Connie Britton's daughters and kind of doing this voice and this. She's very subtle as an actress, and I like her. Yes, Julia Garner, 2 thumbs up. Overall, the whole thing is just a sinister, delectable treat, and it kind of scares me, but I'm also excited to see what happens next. Okay, so as you probably know, we are in Oscar season, awards season, and the Golden Globe nominations just came out. Now, I know what you may be thinking. The Golden Globes has like 70, 80-ish voting members. They all write the bare minimum so they can still be part of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. The association itself doesn't really include high-profile international publications. It's kind of a joke. People have famously campaigned for nominations, and it's worked in the past. They've famously nominated people in things that weren't very good, just that they would come. They nominated The Tourist with Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp, for God's sake. So, that being said, sometimes the Golden Globes will award shows that are more little known, that are more on the edge of something more revolutionary, something different, and they kind of give a voice sometimes and a boost to shows and movies that need it. Now, I want to start this week with just the movie nominations, because there's time enough for everything, and I'm going to get to my top TV picks later on in a future episode, but let's talk about our Best Picture nominees. Now, they, of course, the Golden Globes, divide this into drama, and comedy or musical, which some people think the Oscars should do as well. But of course, the Golden Globes limited to 5, and the Oscars do more than 5 now, and the Oscars keep trying to figure out how they can make the formula better nonetheless. And for Best Drama, we have, now here's a question mark. We got Bohemian Rhapsody, and we got A Star Is Born. Not surprising they were nominated, although I haven't really heard stellar things about Bohemian Rhapsody. I know people liked it, fine. But wouldn't you think those would be wedged into the musical category? I mean, The Martian was put into musical or comedy, but these aren't musical enough to be musicals? Because I don't know about Bohemian Rhapsody, but there's lots of singing in A Star Is Born. I'm happy that it's on the list, and I did enjoy Star Is Born, so whatever, just a question mark. And then on the other hand, for drama, we have Black Klansman, we have If Beale Street Could Talk, definitely on my list for a movie I want to see as soon as it comes out. It's the follow-up from Barry Jenkins, who directed Moonlight. And we also have, on my list, Black Panther, which people were thrilled to see. So we have 3 African-American-led films in the Best Drama category. Very interesting. Yes. So, again, If Beale Street Could Talk, really looking forward to that one. Seeing Black Panther. Black Klansman is on my list as well. Bohemian Rhapsody, I might get to. I feel like it's, from what I've heard, is the surviving band members didn't want to dedicate a whole lot of energy to Freddie Mercury's, coming out, to his gay identity, and that is shortchanged in the film, and that disappoints me. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Feel free to comment if I should see this movie. In any case, on the musical and comedy side, we have Crazy Rich Asians. Fun. It has no chance in this category because it's up against some tough competition. The Favorite, now this one I'm dying to see, coming out right about now. We spotlighted it in terms of trailer triumphs several episodes ago. Gotta see this. Olivia Colman, soon to be the Queen on the Crown. Rachel Weisz, Emma Stone. I mean, you can't get better than that cast. And other greats along with it. Also nominated Green Book, which we talked about in an earlier episode. Mary Poppins Returns, which is kind of the traditional musical and a feel-good favorite. Probably going to be great, and I'll probably see it. Emily Blunt is charming, and I like her. And then the last one, which again, a little question mark, is Vice. Now, this is the movie about Dick Cheney and being the vice president to George W. Bush. This is with Christian Bale and Amy Adams. God willing, she'll get her Oscar finally. But again, this is a comedy. I mean, I'm sure it has comedic threads, and there's, impersonations involved. But again, interesting that it got put into the comedy category. That's all I'm saying. So, are there gaps in this list? Of course there are. Can we expect these films to repeat for the Oscar nominations and the SAG Awards? Probably not, because, again, the Golden Globes kind of zigs and zags and jags left and right, and you never know how it's going to turn out. But it's always an enjoyable show. Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh are hosting, which I think sounds like a lot of fun, so I'll watch, of course, because it's award season, and I am game. Okay, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Join us again next week. We'll talk about some other nominees. We'll talk about some other movies and get you ready for award season.